Hi guys, and happy end of August, end of summer. I feel like this is such an exciting time of year for me because I love the fall and I'm just anticipating the cool weather and all of the holidays that I love so much and just getting cozy and winding down for a beautiful, beautiful, stunning fall in New York. And I thought this would be a good time of year to share my summer favorites with you. I definitely had my fair share of favorite products and just favorite media that I consumed this summer. I definitely saw a few things that I was gravitating toward or reaching for consistently. So I thought it'd be fun to just share those things with you. Yeah, so let's just get into it. I threw everything in this bag for this video, but this bag is actually one of the items. I realized that I was saving a lot of outfits with basket bags on my Pinterest. And so I've been looking for one, but the ones that I was saving on Pinterest were luxury basket bags, and I just wasn't ready to commit to a luxury bag because I have never had a basket bag before, so I didn't even know if it would be something I would like really or want to wear forever. So basically I had been on the lookout for one that I liked, and I'm very picky, so I hadn't found one for years. But when I was in Ireland, I went to a department store and I saw this one and I instantly was like, this one is perfect. This is what the bag looks like. Obviously it's quite large, but I feel like I gravitate towards large bags because I carry a lot of things. Also, I love this color, this chestnut brown leather detailing. I think it goes really well with the thatched material. I think it was $60, so very affordable. And so I did it because I've been looking for one for a long time. And I'm obsessed with it. I've used it every day this summer. I definitely am officially on the basket bag train and will be wearing this every summer until it's unwearable from all of the use. The brand is Marks and Spencer's, I think. It's a European department store. I guess we can start with all of the fashion related items since we started with this bag. The next item that I have been loving and wearing essentially every day this summer is these ballet flats, which are so beat up. I love these. I've had a few pairs of these actually. So they've stood the test of time. I wear them every summer, and honestly spring and fall too. These are from Margot. It's, I believe, a New York based brand. They used to have a store here in New York, but now I believe they're just online. These are they're so cute. I feel like they hold up even if you wear them a lot. They still look very structured and nice. And they're so comfortable, which I think is the key thing. I haven't had any other ballet flats, but I know that comfort can be an issue, but I can literally walk for miles in these. The leather, once you break it in, is really supple, so it just molds around your feet and feels very comfortable. But yeah, loving these. I only have them in black because I just like having black shoes. I feel like they go with everything, obviously, but they have a range of colors, so I highly recommend. They're a bit pricier, but if you get them resold whenever they start to wear out, they will last you a long time, and I literally wear them every day of the summer, so for me it's definitely worth it. So the next thing that I have been loving and wearing every day, I think everything I've thrown into this video, I've tried to make sure I'm only including things that I'm using literally either every day or just very consistently. But these little sunglasses from Madewell, similar to the basket bag, have been in the market for a good pair of black sunglasses for a long time, and my dream sunglasses are the Celine Triomphe sunglasses in black as well, but obviously those are quite pricey, and I just wasn't sure if they'd be worth the investment. Something that I like to do when I see a pricier item that I want, I definitely try to find a similar item, like in a similar style at a lower price point, just so that I can actually figure out if it's something I'll be wearing consistently and something that I'll want to be wearing, you know, long term. I decided to try and find a pair of sunglasses that looked similar to those Celine Triomphe sunglasses, but were obviously a lot cheaper. And I came across these Madewell Sunnies online. I believe they're like maybe $60 or $70. And they are so cute. I can just put them on. I think they fit my face perfectly, which is like always a struggle to find glasses that aren't like too huge or feel too small or narrow. These are in the style Russell. I'll leave everything linked down below so you can just find it easily if you want it for yourself. Honestly, I've been loving them so much that I want to get the ones in the tortoise shell shade because I also want a lighter pair of sunglasses, and these have definitely passed the test for wearability. And I'm like, one day I'll get the Celine sunglasses, but honestly, I love these ones so much that now I'm like, I'm set for now. I think these ones are great. And they are, of course, UV lenses, so they're functional, which is obviously very important. So the next fashion item that I've been loving, and you'll know this if you watched any of my videos really, are these J. Crew pajamas. It's a matching set. These are called the end-on-end cotton pajamas short set. It's just this little cute set. I got it in white. This is what the top looks like, and then the shorts, they're quite wrinkled, but this is what the shorts look like. I have been meaning to upgrade my pajamas for a long time because I had been wearing just like shorts and random t-shirts, and I was like, I want cute PJs, but obviously the important thing is that they're comfortable. So I looked for like matching sets online, and these ones are so cute. They come in a few colors, so this is obviously the white one, but they also have navy and like a light blue as well, which they're both really cute. But yeah, I thought I'd go for these ones because J. Crew is such a great brand in terms of quality. Like, these ones feel really nice. They get softer with each wash, which is great. But also, I got these on sale, so they were like half price, but they're also like always on sale. I don't know how or why, but every time I look online at them, they're on sale. So I feel like it's pretty easy to get them not at full price, which is nice because J. Crew is obviously a little pricey. Another thing I noticed about these, especially for the summer, is that they're a lot more breathable than like the typical t-shirt shorts that I would wear. And then another little accessory that I've been loving is this claw clip. I've actually had this for a few years now. I always put my hair up in this when I step outside during the summer. This is from MEJ. I just got it in this like cream color. I have relatively thick hair, so I struggle to find clips that can hold my hair up. This still, like, I wish they had like a bigger size, to be honest, because I still struggle a little bit, but it does a decent job of holding my hair in place. And I can just use it for a second. What I love about claw clips is just how like easily they make your hair look good. It's so much different than putting it up with a hair tie, because I can show you like the back. I hope you can see that. But it just looks pretty. And so you can be comfy outside. You don't have to worry about like sweating and your hair being all over the place. But it also looks really cute, and I just did it in like 2 seconds. So I use it all the time. Honestly, I want to keep my hair like this. I'll take it down for the video, but yeah, more often than not, my hair is up in the summer, and it's just like a really solid clip. I've had it for years and it hasn't broken, so like probably worth the price point. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit about different media that I've been loving this summer, starting off with books, because as you know, I love to read. I just love to read a little book in the park on days when it's not too hot, but if it is too hot, I'll just go to a cafe, have a little cool drinky, and read some books. I'll start off with this one. So this is a bit of a unique type of book for me, but this is an anthology. It's called Paris, a literary anthology. I picked this up because I had a Paris trip planned this summer, and I saw this in the bookstore here. I was really intrigued by the idea of learning about Paris through literature, and a literary anthology just sounded fun to me. Being able to read about different areas of Paris, different time periods of Paris through the eyes and words of many famous authors and poets. And yeah, that just sounded so nice and also very romantic. I definitely wanted to romanticize Paris a bit before I was going. It's always nice to just get excited about a place and its culture. And so this just seemed like the perfect way to do that for me, especially for a place that is the subject of so many works of art, whether it's fine art or literature or music or film. I think a place like that, it's so fun to just read or consume art about it before you go there. Another reason why I was really excited to read this is because it features many famous authors that I hadn't ever read before. So I thought it would be nice to dip my toe into these different authors' works and kind of get a feel for their writing style and potentially read more if I found that I liked their writing. So yeah, just a fun way to read about Paris and also get a taste for a bunch of authors that I hadn't read before. And I loved it. I've never read an anthology before, but it was just the perfect pre-read to being in Paris, honestly, and I would highly recommend it if you're going to Paris. And then this was actually the last book I read, and I'm so glad that this was like my end of summer read because I fell in love with this book, to my surprise, honestly. And that book is Anne of Green Gables. I had heard a lot of good things about this book. I knew that so many children and adults adored this book, and so I only thought good things going into it, of course, but I did not think I would end up loving it as much as I did. I think it is definitely one of my favorite books of the year. It is just such a beautiful novel and just a beautiful story. The characters just captured my heart immediately. They come off the page, all of them, especially Anne. Obviously, she's just such a lovable character. You get to go on all of these adventures with her, and you get to see her from when she's like 12 years old, just growing up and experiencing all of the trials that little girls go through. And I think as a woman, this book just felt so good. Like, it felt like a big hug to my inner child, but also to the person that I am today. The writing is beautiful. If you love descriptions of nature, you have to read this book. It just makes you fall in love with nature, the way that Anne sees the town that she lives in, the beautiful foliage and the lakes and the sunsets. It's just, the descriptions are so stunning and just make you want to lay out in a field or look out your window. And I love when a book can make me feel that way. It's also just so fun. It's very lighthearted in a lot of ways and also very profound in a strange way. I think honestly, the simplest stories can be the most profound. It's a great book to read outside. If you can, read it at the park on nicer days of the summer, even in the spring or autumn, because it is so centered around nature and Anne's love of the world and of nature. And so reading it outside just feels right for this book. So yeah, I think that's like a perfect summer read, but also it goes through all the seasons, so you could really read it during any season. But for me, I'm just really glad that I read it this summer, and I can't wait to read the rest of them because it is a series. A recent movie I watched that I think is actually my favorite movie of the summer, if not the year, is La Chimera. The director is Alice Rohrwacher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is this beautiful film set in Tuscany in Italy. And I don't want to say too much about it, but if you are romantic or have an appreciation for aesthetics, I think you should definitely watch this film. It is all in Italian and it's a stunning film, and the plot is also very interesting. It's not just, you know, aesthetically beautiful, but there's a bit of magical realism in there. It's centered on this group of friends, I guess you could call them friends, and the illegal activities that they partake in to survive. I just loved seeing the relationships between these friends, and I think if you like a story centered on found family, I think you will definitely love this. I highly recommend. I fell in love with that film. There's a lot of falling in love this summer, apparently, with like books and film for me. I love when I feel that way though. I mean, that's why we consume art, is to just fully fall in love with characters and settings. So I would highly recommend Lucky Meta. For music, I, like everyone else in the world, have been loving my Brat summer. I've also been listening to Leve's Bewitched, the Goddess Edition. I have been a Leve fan for about like 2 years now, but I just consistently go back to her. I fully credit her for my discovery and love for jazz and my journey in listening to jazz music, which continues. I love throwing on Bewitched in the morning when I'm getting ready or when I'm going on walks. It's just such romantic and lovely music that goes with everything and just makes everything feel good. So I've just been loving that album, and I'll definitely be listening to it into the fall. Okay, so I have a few skincare / makeup favorites. My sunscreen, because what better thing to include in a summer favorites video? This I've been using for a long time now, like a few years, but nothing beats it. It's the Biore UV sunscreen, Aqua Rich, which is key. It's like a gel and not a cream, which I think is key to it not being oily. It literally is not oily at all, which is so impressive for sunscreen. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, I use this every day, and I just love that it doesn't smell or feel like sunscreen. It makes it so much easier to use, and yeah, so 10 out of 10. Love that, very important. I've talked about this before, but this is just the Rosebud Salve / lip balm. It smells so yummy, like roses. Like, what more could you want for the summer? It's the most moisturizing lip balm I've been able to find, and I use a lot of lip balm, so it's nice to have something that's long lasting and moisturizing. And you can use it on anything really. Like if you have, I don't know, some dryness on your elbows or, you know, around your cuticles, you can always use it elsewhere, which is nice. But yeah, I've been very much addicted to this, and I don't think I'll ever use a different lip balm, to be honest, because it smells good and it's nourishing. What more could you ask for? I have to talk about Dior Lip Glow. This is another product I've been using for a while, but is especially crucial for me in the summer because I'm definitely more of a lipstick girl, but lipstick melts, okay? This is like something people don't talk about. I try not to take my lipsticks out if I'm gonna be like in the heat all day. And that's where this comes in, because I'm obsessed with lip oil like everyone else is, but it's so moisturizing. And it's pigmented, which I think is like what I love about it, because when I can't bring my lipstick out, I still want something that will give me a bit of pigment. I'm not gonna put it on right now because I have lipstick on, but this shade is shade 12. It's called the Cherry Oil. It doesn't taste like cherries, but I've been loving this color. I know it's a bit darker, so like could be a fall color, but I have this one in the just like the regular pink shade, and I've been liking this darker shade as well, just to add a bit more pigment to my lips when I'm not wearing lipstick. And then my last beauty product is this Chanel Healthy Glow Luminous Color Powder, and it's in Light. I believe, unfortunately, this is discontinued and I don't know what I'm gonna do because this is where we're at. It looks very like coral, but it doesn't come off on the skin very pigmented, so it's just been a nice way to add a bit of color to my skin because I am quite fair. So been loving this. I don't know what I'm gonna do when it's gone, but that's a problem for later. Next, I'm going to go into some food favorites, which I think is fun. And I have discovered a few things this summer that I've been loving, so I'm excited to share these. The first, and I don't have this on me, but is sardines. Hear me out, okay? I don't know why I had never tried sardines before. I couldn't tell you why I hadn't tried them before, but when I went to Paris, I went to this restaurant and I ordered, and I can put a photo of this because I remember taking a photo of it. I ordered sardines with some bread and butter. That was literally it. And it was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. And a lot of it is due to the, quality of food in France, like the bread and the butter, just so good. But I had that meal, it's so simple, and I was like, okay, I could actually do this at home because it's literally like 3 ingredients. So when I got back to New York, I bought some sardines. I found some French butter in the store, surprisingly, and so I got that into some bread, and that has been a go-to for me because sardines like already come in oil, so just like the oil and butter on bread, it's so decadent but like yummy, and you get the protein from the sardines. I love it, and so that's something I've been loving is sardines, and just like an easy way to get protein, which is always helpful. And then another recent food item I've been loving, and please don't laugh at me for not having had this before, but sriracha I have been loving so much. I don't know how I had never had sriracha before because I grew up in an Asian household. We certainly had sriracha around, but I think as a kid I didn't like spicy food, so maybe that's why I'd never tried it. Now I've fully embraced spiciness. I love it. And so I was like, maybe I should try this because it's just like an easy way to make your food spicy. I love chili oil. I love red pepper flakes. Those are ways that I've made my food a bit spicier, but I was like, sriracha would be nice to add to like a little rice bowl with like hard-boiled eggs and broccoli or something, and just to drizzle sriracha over. It sounded so yummy to me. So I finally bought some sriracha and I fear I am obsessed. It's so good on eggs, on tofu. It's a great way to make tofu interesting too, like frying some tofu in sesame oil and then putting sriracha on it with like, a veggie and some rice on the side. Love, obsessed with sriracha, so yummy, and I get it now, I get it. Lastly, a miscellaneous favorite that I wanted to throw in is the Pimsleur app. So if you don't know, I've been studying French ever since I got back from Paris. I wanted to continue my French language learning journey because I had studied in high school and then just never picked it back up. So I got a textbook, but I also have been using this app called Pimsleur, which is essentially just focused on speaking languages. And French is the language I'm learning through the app, but they also have various other languages. But I think it's a great companion if you're self-learning a language. Obviously, like learning the grammar and how to write is super important, and you can do that through, textbooks, but having the app as a companion is really nice because then you're also learning listening comprehension and speaking as well, and pronunciation, which is obviously super important and critical if you are visiting a place or want to live in a new place. You have to be able to speak and comprehend the language. So I have been using Pimsleur a lot. I think it's a great resource and perfect for my level of French at the moment. But yeah, I've been loving that. I'm also excited to take up Japanese on Pimsleur because I did actually study Japanese through college, so I think that's maybe next on my list. But for now, sticking with French because language learning is a lot. Yeah, I think that's all of the favorites that I have from this summer. So if you saw anything that you were interested in, I will try to link everything down below so you can take a look there. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me today. And I'm so excited for fall. So the next time I'll be doing this will probably be a fall or winter favorites, which is so exciting, my favorite season. But yeah, I think the summer was lovely. And despite not loving the heat, I really did enjoy my summer, and I hope that you did too. Curious to hear what your favorites are as well. So leave those in the comments if you like. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.